What's going on, comic fam? It's your boy, the Bearded Comic Bro, and today I'm back for another comic cover challenge. That's right, this started out as just a fun little thing I showed off my favorite DC covers and then my favorite Marvel covers, and I challenged you, the community, to play along. And this is kind of blown up into people are really enjoying seeing each other's favorite comic covers and things like that. We still are going to do an indie show, but this is kind of now divulged into a new series that we're going to be doing monthly. I'm teaming up with my boy Cole from Cole's Comics Claim, and we are going to be doing a monthly series called Bearded and Cole's Comic Cover Challenge. And so we're going to be coming up with different categories each month that we want to see you, the community, share your favorite covers from that challenge. And gang, this has been so much fun. I started this out on my own, and Cole jumped in right off the bat, and he was sharing this and promoting this and hyping it up better than I ever could. And so I felt like it was only fitting to say, hey, Cole, do you want to do this together? And so we are now doing Bearded and Cole's Comic Cover Challenge. And today, we're going to be looking at our favorite covers from 2021. So with that being said, let's talk comics.
Better put the word out. Get ready for the nerd out. Better put specs on. Better break necks on. I caught handsome checks for my expansion sets. They call me Obi-Wan. Act like you know me, son. Snap a neck.
So gang, what I tried to do for my picks were to keep it to A covers, B covers, C covers, stuff that you could get at the store at basically cover price. I stayed away from a lot of ratios. I think only one like mystery box exclusive made it into my list, because what I want on this is to be, if you see a cover, you're like, oh my goodness, I want that. I want it to be something that you like, man, I want to go out and get that, and it should be easier unless it's a key book or something like that. I'm cheating for my top 10, and so I'm putting this at as it's a 10/honorable mention, if you will. But this is issues 1 and 2 of The Human Target by Tom King and Greg Smallwood, and these covers are done by Trevor Hairston, Danny Mickey, and Rain Bierardo. And I'm sure I'm butchering names as always, but I had to put this up. I love a good connecting cover, and I love that they are doing an homage to the classic Clue. You've got Pennyworth Games there at the bottom. You've got Batman in the window kind of creeping. It just is so great. I'm a sucker for a movie homage, and I'm a sucker for a board game homage cover too, so I had to put this in. Gang, I think these are great covers. I love them. I think they're going to be awesome framed up somewhere in my comic cave here, but I had to get the Human Target, the Clue homage variant covers connecting. They look beautiful. Up next, I have Something is Killing the Children, number 16. This book is blowing up this series, obviously, and this is the one time where I kind of broke my own rule. This is an exclusive from the Comic Tom Mystery Mail Call, and I could not help but put this cover on. Raphael Grassetti did this artwork, and it is beautiful. Erica Slaughter looks so BA on this cover. You got the monster in the background. It's everything that I want in my Something is Killing the Children covers, and it is gorgeous. So I had to put this on my list. And I guess I forgot to say, these aren't in any particular order. These are just ones that I really dug. Now this one barely made the list. Not because it's not a dope cover, but because it came out at the very beginning of 2021. So it just crept into the list to make the cutoff, and I'm talking about Abbott 1973, issue number 1. Now this is, I believe, the B cover, and this is done by Raul Allen. And I just love the simplicity of this design. The side portrait, the way that lettering of Abbott is coming down on the side there, it just looks so cool. It has such a cool old school vibe to it, and I'm really digging it. This is also a series that I think people slept on a little bit too much from Boom Studios. Abbott 1973. I love this cover. It was only fitting the last book I just showed barely made the list because it came out right at the beginning of 2021. I gotta show you this book because it barely made the list because it came out at the end of 2021. But gang, you know me, I am a huge Batman fan. Batman the Imposter has been a great series so far. And by so far, it's over. So it was a great series. This is issue 3. This is, I believe, the B cover. And this cover is done by Lee Bermejo. And gang, ooh-wee, it is beautiful. You've got Batman. He's in his body armor. You can't see his full face, but you see the part of his mask. And you see half of his body. And he's holding a Batman mask. But it's not his Batman mask. It's the imposter's Batman mask. Because you see that he's still rocking his. You've got the blood splatter on the body armor. Gang, it's so well done. It's awesome. I could just look at this cover for days. It's beautiful. Again, I love the simplicity of it, but man, it is a powerful cover to me. I love the white and black, just how they offset each other really well, and just a splash of color in that. But man, just the detail in the body armor suit and the mask, like, it is so well done. Lee killed it on this cover. And gang, I try to stay mostly A cover because that's how I am when I am collecting books, but I threw all caution out to the wind. When I saw this, I was like, nope, I gotta get this cover because, ooh-wee, let's go. It's good. Gang, you know I couldn't do a 2021 list and not put a Stray Dogs cover on it. Are you kidding me? And of course, I had to do a movie homage. Look at that. Silence of the Lambs, one of my top 25 movies of all time. Anthony Hopkins, Jodie Foster, such a great movie. And I remember getting this cover because I was like, I loved it. And I probably wouldn't have gotten the horror covers to start because I'm not a big horror movie fan. But once I got this one, then I was like, well, I got to get them all. And I'm really glad I got this one because this is one that, granted, it's a B cover, but because it picked up so much steam and momentum afterwards that it came out, that these go for a decent amount on eBay. You can still get them if you want to shell out some money, but this is probably the most expensive book if you're looking to try and pick up some covers that I show off this list. But the cover is done by Trish Forstner and Tony Fleece, who also is the writer and artist of the book. And I just love what they're doing with the movie homage posters. I'm a sucker for a good movie poster comic cover, as you know, because I'm a big movie buff myself. And gang, it's so good. So let's stick with the movies, gang. We got Blue Flame, Vault Comics. A lot of people, again, I don't think a lot of people were talking about this book. It kind of is that Rocketeer-esque style superhero. And this cover is done by Tim Daniel and Nathan Gooden. And it is a tribute to Dave Stevens, who is the creator of The Rocketeer. And so this is a homage to the Rocketeer Adventure magazine cover. And it is fantastic. Dave Stevens, I loved everything he did. Obviously because I'm a huge Rocketeer fan, but to have this, like, when they know this is a character that kind of is similar in that vein, that they did this homage cover and they, even in honor of Dave Stevens there on the side, like, it's such a cool cover. And it hits that nostalgia feel for me. And I think that's how a lot of my collecting is. It's not as much about what's the most priciest book for me, but it's like, what makes me feel like a kid again, like reading these comics. And to see this homage, which just taps into my childhood, I could not pass this up. So up next is Wonder Woman 773, and this is done by the uber talented Joshua Middleton. And gang, I don't think you can do a cover challenge and not have Joshua Middleton not on the list. Are you kidding me? Again, I just love like the way he draws the character of Wonder Woman in this, and the loving embrace that the two characters are on. It just is a beautiful cover, and one that I saw. I was like, I have to have this in my collection. Gang, we can't talk about Wonder Woman this year and not mention my girl Yara Flor, Wonder Girl, issue number 3, created by Joelle Jones. Man, these variant covers have been fantastic on this series, but I still love issue number 3 the most out of all the issues, and there are some beautiful, gorgeous variant covers through the past, I think, 6 issues so far in this series. But Joelle Jones right there with the lighting, the way that Yara Flor looks at you, like, talk about a thing of beauty. I love all the color on this that just pops, and it is breathtaking. And again, I think what I love about a lot of these comics are they're not like super crazy, like they're just really well drawn and created and beautiful. And gang, Yara Flor had to make the list. Gang, sticking with nostalgia, I had to go with Nightwing 79. This is the second printing. I very rarely ever get a second printing if I own the first printing, but when I saw this, I was like, yes, I have to own it. It is done by the wonderful Bruno Redondo, who is the artist on this series. And gang, it's a tribute to the 1966 Batman TV show. I mean, they're known for always climbing up the wall, the sides of the building, and then to see all the iterations of the Nightwing costume. You got Robin right at the very beginning, you know, when Nightwing, you got Alfred holding up the cape, and then just to see all the different costumes of Nightwing. It hit so much nostalgia for me because 1966 Batman is what got me into my love for Batman and getting me into comics. And so when I saw that cover, I was like, gang, I have to get it. It's so good. So last but not least, Strange Adventures number 12 by Mitch Gerads. And I love it because it gives a little tribute to issue 1 here. And what you can see is issue 1's cover is now being covered up like a billboard with issue 12. And you can note little things like in the corner here, it's the same picture, but this is a more distressed color than this because obviously it's aged a little bit. And you can see that up here where there's the number 1, issue number 1, it's the same right there, and then they just hand drew in the number 2 basically on it. So it's little details like that that I'm just like, oh, gang, it's so cool to, when an artist, like when they're bringing it full circle here. I really dug that cover because of what cover 1. If it wasn't for cover 1, this wouldn't have as much pop because of the story it's telling, and I just think it works so well with that. So gang, that's it. Those are my favorite comic covers of 2021. Cole and I want to see what your favorite covers are as well. And also, as soon as you get done watching this video, go over to Cole's channel. His is premiering right after this. And make sure you guys watch both and then take the challenge yourself. We want to see what your favorite covers are. And let us know. If you make a video, tag Cole or myself in it so we can watch it and we can share it and support it. Again, the idea of this challenge is really just to see covers out there that you're like, I didn't remember that or I missed that. And I want to get that cover maybe. Because honestly, I just love seeing the community doing things, talking positively about comics and what they like. And, you know, even if you don't agree with my list, no one's going to have the same. I guarantee you Cole probably doesn't even have any of the same books on the list that I have. And that's okay. And that's what's awesome about these videos. So make sure you guys take the challenge. You got all month to do this before we'll issue a new challenge. What are your favorite comic covers of 2021? And let us know. And gang, let me know in the comments what some of your favorite covers that I posted were, as well as what other topics you'd like us to see moving forward in 2022. And with that being said, hopefully you can find some time to curl up, grab a book, and nerd out.